up, everybody? It's Jack from Bullshit and Nerds again. Alright, just a little opening because I filmed the first part of this video last week after I watched episode 1, but I was not able to upload it because, well, technical difficulties. Stupido did something stupid. So that's why the first part of this video is going to be a little weird. It's going to be different outfit, you know, stuff like that. Alright, so I'll be back in a minute with episode 2. But first, you gotta watch past me with episode 1. Hey YouTube, it's Jack from Broship on the Nerds here with the very first Power Rangers episode review on this channel for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. And this was a really good episode. Now, mind you, I've been up all night. I have not slept. So I'm going to keep this brief. I'm not normally going to post it this time, but I wanted to get this episode out before I go to bed. Alright, so the episode was really good. I mean, it gave us stakes, it gave us reasoning, kind of showed what's going on, it gave us stakes for the season. So, we've got plot, we've got all the little stuff that we were asking for. And interesting, entertaining episode. I want to somewhat go through the episode and talk about a few things. Okay, so we start off, I just hurt myself there. We start off in a gym, and Blaze, yeah, I don't like that guy. He's kind of a douche. I mean, even before everything, he's a douche. But he's training some kids martial arts, and our Red Ranger, Devin, is there, and he's listening to music, kind of, going along, fighting, and they have a little bit of a altercation, and it ends up Devin beats Blaze. I can't say he kicks his ass. Pretty decent out of more fight scene, I might add, but between the two. But I can't say he kicked his ass, but he did beat him. Then, of course, Devin's dad shows up and, kind of gives him a, you're meant for better things speech, we've gotten from before. So there's going to be a little tension between Devin and his dad. And there's also a point where, Devin gets really excited because his dad's going to Great Battle Force, which is the organization or company behind the MorphX, which is the Power Rangers Beast Morphers team as well. Okay, so he's like, it's cool, I want to go there and try out the simulator. Kind of funny there. But his dad's like, no, I don't want you to do anything to do with that place. Of course, he sneaks in, of course. While his dad's there, of course. Of course. And we meet some of our supporting cast, which, sorry, I don't know all of their names yet. And Zoe. We meet Zoe in a pretty big way with the Yellow Ranger as well, and she has a pretty good altercation. She does tell us that at one point she wanted to be a cadet, ironically, but she washed out. So now she's Laundry Girl. Laundry Girl, of course. So that makes more context for that scene in the preview where you hear Cybervillain, Dark Ranger is all I'm going to call him. I don't like the name they call him. I think they call him Cybervillain Blaze. I don't like that name, so he's going to be Dark Ranger. His Go Buster's counterpart name. So yeah. So when he says the bad move, Laundry Girl, big mistake, Laundry Girl is what he says, which is from a scene that's later on. We'll get to that later. But we also meet Nate, the guy who we think will be the Gold Ranger, which I could see it. He's got a pretty good skill with a blaster. I'm just saying. But yeah, so everything goes. We find a little bit more about the Blue Ranger. Apparently him and Roxy, who is supposed to be the Yellow Ranger, had a little bit of a thing going on, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's nice to see, you know. And they definitely, you could kind of feel the romantic tension between the two. Just by behavior, how she spoke, Those two could almost be a better version of Haley and Calvin from Ninja Steel. Yeah, I won't exactly. But yeah. So, and then pretty much a lot of the other stuff that I haven't talked about were like stuff from the clips. Just, we get more context for a lot of the stuff. And once we get the context, this episode was really good. I mean, even really good Atomorph fight scenes, which are nice to see. A lot of stuff that, we saw in the preview clips and we're like, huh, what's going on here? It makes more sense when you see the full episode. I cannot wait for next week's episode. Can't wait to see that official first morph sequence, because we did not get that this week, and I'm okay with that. Save that to next week. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how the season goes. Like, we've got stakes for the season, which is the Morph Rangers are going to work on saving Roxy and Blaze, even though Blaze is kind of a douche. Oh, another interesting thing is the commander for the organization, or whatever we want to call it, for Grid Battle Force, is also the Blue Ranger's mother. I don't know if anybody caught that, but he said son. He said mom, and I'm like, he said commander. I'm like, whoops. Somebody slipped. Somebody signed a boo-boo. Oh well. But yeah, so, and they also reference other past villains from Power Rangers. So they're kind of confirming, because they mentioned Sledge, they mentioned Rita. They mentioned Sledge, Rita, and Galvanax. So they are confirming that this does... Why would they mention Sledge? Okay, I could see Galvanax, I could see Rita, but why Sledge? It's already confirmed that the... Oh! Wait. Sorry. Never mind. Brain fart. I forgot that Sledge does do some stuff in the Morphex. Main. Because I forgot he goes after the Ninja Steel Rangers for a smidgen in there. Forgot about that. Sorry, guys. Brain fart. As I said, I haven't slept yet, so... Yeah. But overall, great references. As I said, the Mayor Daniels, or Red Ranger's dad, I see their dynamic is kind of like West and his dad from Time Force, which, as we saw in Time Force, if it's done right, it could be very entertaining. So for this cast is very entertaining, very good, very impressive. Let's just hope they can keep it up. Alright, I'll catch y'all next time. I'm uploading another video that Billy made that I have on my laptop. It's called Cold Commercial. I'll be uploading that later on today or tomorrow. Basically, I will be uploading that after I get them sleep. So I will catch y'all later. Bye. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Jack Rabbit. As I said, now I'm going to tell you about episode 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, entitled Evok's Revenge. Okay, so we did get what was nice to see was last time on Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Done by a chick, though, so it wasn't, I think it was actually done, my voice might have been the commander, actually. But yeah. So, and you get a little scene with the villains, of course, even before the opening crawl. You know, I'm kind of liking the structure of these episodes, to be honest. Um, I'm liking the way they're structuring these episodes. How you're getting a little bit of scenes or two before the opening credits, opening theme song, which is cool. It's better than the after 10,000 years, blah, 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 blah. You get the point. Yeah, the stupid Neo Saban crap. Except for on Samurai. That was actually cool on Samurai. After that, it just got stupid. Alright, so enough complaining about that. Okay. Then we get a scene where, it was kind of funny. It was completely expressly mentioned last week that everything at Grid Battle Force pretty much Nate designed. But yet, at the beginning, there's a scene, and they're coming out of the simulator. Yes, Devin got to try his simulator. He was happy. And he specifically says, this simulator was awesome. Nate walks up behind him and says, thank you. He's like, you designed it? High five. You know, that was cool. That was really cool. Now, then he went and met the Beast Bots. You got Jax, who is Zoe's Yellow Ranger. Kind of got its own personality. Kind of. Doesn't like to be called cute, which is funny, so he goes cute. That's funny, because it's definitely a guy, so I can definitely understand why it doesn't want to be called cute. Then there's Smash, Robbie's. I'm not real sure about his personality yet. I mean, I couldn't really get a good personality vibe off him. And then there's the Red Rangers, which is Chase. He's forgetful, which is hilarious, and I'm sure it's going to be used for some gabs later on this season. I mean, because they don't, that's just, come on. And then, of course, we got the comic duo. The comic duo doing a scene. Coming in and they're like, new technology, this zapper. And it ends up, instead of zapping the dummy like it's supposed to, it zaps them, which is hilariously funny. I mean, you even get Devin laughing in the background, which is kind of cool. I think Devin was the only one laughing, but he's the only one that they showed that was laughing. I'm pretty sure somebody else was laughing too. And okay, and after that, the commander mentions how, okay, we need a leader for the team. Obviously, of course. We all know as Power Ranger fans, we know it's going to be the Red Ranger. But she doesn't just come out and say, hey, Red Ranger, you're the Red Ranger, you're the leader. You know? At first, Robbie stands up and says, hey, I'm the most experienced. I should be leader, which, you know, that's totally understandable. Then Zoe goes up beside him and is like, what about me? And, you know, they start to bicker a little. And Devin is just standing there in the background, just chilling. He's like, eh, I'm staying out of this conversation. So then they get the call for their first fight for this episode. It's going to be against Blaze. Not really Scatterbug, who's a new character, and he's going to be like the Finster, like Epic or Moira kind of character, you know. Because when he sees the Power Rangers after they morph, he kind of freaks out later on during this fight. So I don't really see him actually getting physically involved. I think he's going to get involved via his monsters and stuff. But, okay. So they do explain how they're going to develop the monsters for this episode, with this season, which is cool. You know, they're explained, kind of like they were in Mighty Morphin, where they are all clay creatures that Finster created. So they didn't just pop up out of nowhere. Because that's annoying. Alright, so we do get to see the binoculars from Go Buster, which obviously they're not using the saber to turn into the binoculars, but that's okay. Binoculars. I can't even pronounce binoculars. What the heck, Jack? Okay. Because Robbie's using them in this episode to kind of spy on Blaze and Scatterbug before they create the monster. We do get to see the Tronics, which are this season's putties. They're kind of cool looking. I mean, nothing really to write home about, but only thing that bugs me in this episode is, I'm guessing a little bit of time has passed since the first episode, because Robbie, of course Robbie, Zoe and Devin are able to fight them off without morphing. Of course, still bickering, of course. But, so then, Eva, while they're fighting them off, Scatterbug, or however you pronounce his name, and Blaze create a monster out of some tires. Because they make their own Morph-X key, ironically. Evil version of the Morph-X key that and made a monster. So the keys are going to be a big thing this season. I would like to see an evil key set. You know, just like make an evil key set. Because even Blaze and Roxy are going to use keys to go between the dimensions. Which is cool, you know. It's nice to know that even the villain's way of transporting is explained. Which is nice. Now, we don't see Roxy fight in this episode, unfortunately. But, yeah. So, and the Rangers morph, and the morph looks awesome. I kind of hope they continue that morph like they used in the sunglasses. Because they do use the sunglasses in this. Pop up on the face and all that. That's cool. And how it spins around is kind of cool, too. But, yeah. So, the first morph fight scene, they were doing pretty good at the beginning. And then their weaknesses started to show up. I do like how they explained this later on. But a dog shows up, starts digging in the ground, and Devin freezes. And the comedic duo, Benny and Betty, Benny and Betty, save him, which is hilarious from a Tronic. Benny, I think is the guy's name, he shocks himself and the Tronic, which is hilarious. And, so yeah, that little device is kind of a running gag almost the entire episode, which is hilarious. Which is funny. But, yeah, so yeah, Robbie overheats himself and goes bananas. Well, he's a gorilla, that would actually make sense. And then, what was, I forget what happened to, Zoe. Can't remember exactly. Something with her abilities went wacko. But yeah, so they still win the fight thanks to Devin. But Blaze and Scatterbug do get away with some more facts, unfortunately. But that comes to play a little bit later, though. So then they're talking in the lab, you know, about getting these glitches fixed, and Robbie goes, next time I see Blaze, I'm going to whoop his butt. You know? And Zoe's like, why does it got to be you? You know, they start bickering again, and Devin just sits him down and says, hey, you guys got to stop bickering. You know, basically showing a leadership role. He's like, hey, you guys got to stop bickering because it's really affecting our teamwork here. Benny and Betty were able to defeat Atronic and save me because they didn't, you know, because they worked as a team. Sorry, I kind of scuttered a bit there. Because they worked as a team. And they're like, you're right, we need to stop bickering. You're showing true leadership right in front of the commander. Of course. Like true leadership skills, which was nice. He's a reluctant leader, but I still like it. And then he's like, hey, something happened weird to me while this dog was digging. I'm going to go investigate. He's like, okay, you go do that. You know, she tells him to go do that. So he does. He goes off on his own to battle, because Robbie and Zoe are too bad a shape to be fighting. So they do what they did. So he goes off to investigate a little on his own, which is fine. Now we have a scene of Scuttlebug again and Blaze, and they've got the Morphex, and he's like, this is just enough. It's not enough Morphex to transport Evox, but it's enough Morphex to turn on my Gigabots, I think is what he said, which apparently are going to be what the things they fight when they're huge are going to be called as Gigabyte bots. It's like, it's enough to transport one of my Gigabots to there, and so the Rangers can fight that. So now we get our Megazord fight, even since we saw the Zords earlier in the, earlier in the episode. Alright. So, and at this point, Devin's out trying to figure out what was going on with the dog. Newsflash, Devin. The dog's being a dog. He's digging. They do that. They did that for a lot of reasons. He's more trying to figure out why why he froze up. Sorry if I'm a little jittery, guys. But, okay, so, and then the commander calls him. I guess that thing on his wrist, that's on his wrist before the Morpher is also a, communicator, because you hear the commander say, Devin, Robbie and Zoe is still no fit for battle. You're going to need to fight this giant monster by yourself. Because she's like, the Siren Monster is destroying the city. And I'm like, yeah, he's in the city. It's kind of hard for him not to say that. But, okay, yeah. I mean, at least they're kind of explaining that. He's like, you're going to need to take your Racer Zord and defeat it. And battle it. Like, okay. Now, Cruz is with him at this point. His Beastbot, which also turns into a motorcycle, which helps him. It's basically, as it said earlier in the episode, they help control they are the controls for the Zords. I do like how that's explained. Without, just suspension of disbelief. So they summon the Racer Zord in remote mode, apparently. And it catches up to Robbie, and it's that ramp scene where he takes his motorbike, backs it into the Zord from the trailer, which is cool. So apparently we're going to see a lot of that scene probably played out multiple times, which is fine by me. It's kind of cool. I also like when they're linked up, the Beast Head shows up in the is when the Beast Head pops out of the Zord. So when there's So when they're not linked up, the beast head does not pop out. So, which is kind of cool. But, okay, so he gets to the Zorded. God darn, I almost got his Go Buster name. Cruz says, let's try out battle mode. Like, obviously it has a battle mode, of course. He's like, wait, it has a battle mode? I mean, I like his reaction. You know, he's not like all of a sudden knows everything. He's like genuinely surprised because he didn't train to be a cadet or anything. We also, I forgot to mention because I'm scatterbrained stupid. Earlier when they were fighting, during the battle, you hear, oh, so you were a cadet, so you washed out. It's like, I washed out because I was balancing a job and being a cadet at the same time. So there's a little bit more to Zoe's reason why she wasn't able to be a cadet. Why she was not a Ranger candidate. Apparently she was battle. So it wasn't as simple as, boom, where he's like, hey, he washed out because he wasn't good enough. Apparently she was having to balance both working somewhere else and working at Bed Battlefields being a cadet. So they definitely show that there's more to Zoe's character than just, hey, she just happened to wash out because she wasn't good enough. Second best, you know. So there may be something going on later where they explain this more. And maybe we get more into where her scores were like when she was in the training. When she was in the training, and maybe she actually did have the scores, she only watched out because of the fact that the fact that she had to balance a job and be a cadet. So there's room there. As I said in my episode 1 review. Okay, so back to the episode. Okay, so that weakness of Devin's with the dog pops up again. He's fighting the monster in battle mode. I'd say doing pretty well. And then all of a sudden he freezes up. He's like, Devin froze up again. And I like the commander's reaction. She's like, she calls Nate and she's like, I need my Rangers now. And then you don't see Robbie and Zoe morph again. But you see them morph later going into their Zords with their Beast Bots. You know? Which were cool. We got to see, alright, and they go to the battle. We got to see helicopter mode and rabbit mode for Zoe. We just get to see, I think it's just car mode for Robbie's. His truck mode. Sorry, I don't know exactly the name, but his truck mode for Robbie's. We don't get to see gorilla mode. We also don't get to see the Megazord, the Beast-X Megazord in this episode, which is cool. You know, don't spoil everything for us in episode 1 and 2. It's nice to let things draw out. You know, you got a full, you know, they're not rushing to show us everything. Especially since in the US, we don't get the toys till April 1st anyways. And apparently the Zords aren't coming out till fall anyways, which is even longer of a wait. Which really sucks. But it's all good. As I was saying. So they have good battle with the Zord. And then, of course, they win, of course. But the Zord battle was cool. That was cool. And then they, of course, you know, they have the closing scene. And the Rangers come out and the commander's talking about who should be leader again. And Zoe, it's like, me and Robbie were talking, we think Devin should be the leader, and they explain the reasons why. I'm going into all that. Basically everything I pointed out, he's just a natural born leader. He's a little reluctant, which I think will come into play later in the episode. Maybe next episode, maybe the episode after. But I think that will come into play, because he's kind of like, I don't know what to say. You know, like, It's like he doesn't want to be the leader, but he's the best man for the job. So that's something they can build on this season, which is good. It's not the typical, you're the Red Ranger, you're the leader because you're Red Ranger. Which is kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. It is very annoying. And the commander disagreed. And Devin, after he said, he accepts and everything, he says to Betty and Betty, thank you for saving me earlier. You know? Oh, I remember Zoe's weakness. She was kind of lost her energy. Apparently, being a jackrabbit, she loses a lot of energy. And ironically, she has to eat carrots to replenish her energy. Because she's got rabbit DNA. It's funny, okay? It's kind of funny. But okay, back to the end of the episode. And so, he thanks Benny and Betty. Everybody hugs, and everybody gets shocked by the shocker thing because apparently it was in Betty's pocket the entire time. He's like, sorry, I forgot to take this out of my pocket. And everybody starts laughing. It was funny. I don't think the commander was laughing, but definitely Robbie, Zoe, Bet, Devin, they were all laughing. So overall, I think this episode was another well done Hasbro episode. I mean, Hasbro, if you keep pushing these out, you're going to make Neo Saban look like a joke. Oh wait, you already do. Alright, but keep pushing them out, Hasbro. I mean, you keep this going, you're going to have a little hit on your hands here. Alright, well, I'll catch you all next time. And I promise, later today, tomorrow, depending on when I get this uploaded, before I go to work, I'm going to upload the code commercial, which is going to be hilarious. Watch it. Oh yeah, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe for more awesome content like this. Ship of Nerd out.